Why the USA won't win the World Cup, but could. Youth development. In 2019, an estimated 7.7% of kids aged 6 to 12, or 2,216,000 kids, played soccer in the US, as per the Aspen Institute. For kids 13 to 17 years old, where a big drop-off in participation normally happens, it was 7.1% in 2018 to 2019. This drop-off can be attributed to lack of interest, time commitments, increased pressure, increased travel, higher costs, bad experiences, bad coaching, and lack of fun. For anyone familiar with the increased costs of travel soccer in the adolescent years, it is not surprising that while club soccer sees a decrease in participation rates, high school soccer enrollment is actually higher. Numbers for 2009-2010 was at a staggering 8.5 million players. This discrepancy can be directly related to high school soccer's significantly lower costs, more relaxed atmosphere, and accessibility to all kids, regardless of family income. This last point is of special consideration in the U.S. youth sports scene. According to Wintergreen Research, the entire U.S. youth sports industry is a $19.6 billion behemoth, which outpaces the rest of the world's total spending of $5.3 billion on the youth sector. Families spend an average of $693 per child annually, and while soccer share is not specified in the research, the soccer mom demographic can easily spend up to $10,000 per child per year, with club registration reaching as high as $5,000 alone. Unlike the European system, in the US, kids that are talented, or whose parents think they are talented and have the money to afford it, bypass the community team system and register for travel soccer clubs. These are clubs that operate year-round, offer twice-weekly higher-intensity training, although often by volunteer parent coaches, out-of-town games, and weekend-long tournaments with 2 or more hour drives each way. In addition to this commitment, parents often spring for private coaches, following a sunk cost fallacy that can lead to undue stress, player burnout, and overuse injuries. Taking a step back, the system sounds very American. Demand meets supply in a free marketplace. Unfortunately, the demand is conditioned mostly by suburban social expectations, rather than an understanding of youth development, athletic training principles, or the sport itself. Most of this can be directly attributed to the allure of college scholarships. After all, what parent doesn't want the best for their children? In this case, the best is a college education provided free of charge, thanks to the advanced soccer skills of the child. This idea is subsequently seized upon by its share of soccer snake oil salesmen and super clubs, with some up to 30,000 or more registered players. In comparison, Ajax Amsterdam, one of the greatest developers of youth talent in history, has 200 youth players registered in a total of 13 teams and charge a grand total of €12 per child per year. Having said all that, we have to clarify that there is nothing inherently wrong with the US system of paying for youth training. The issue is that the US system simply does not produce a high level of talent compared with other countries. And that, after all, is the ultimate measuring stick. And the measurements are as follows. Of registered youth soccer players, 27.5% of kids are from homes with under $25,000 income, 45.5% of kids are from homes with over $100,000 in income, 80% of youth quit after the age of 15. The USA can and should do better. U17 World Cup, 3 points out of 5, and U20 World Cup, 3 points out of 5. The US is doing remarkably well compared to other countries when it comes to its U17 and U20 programs. They have a relatively easy region to qualify from, the players are getting tournament experience, and their inability to progress deep in the competitions isn't too worrying, as these tournaments serve to prep the players for the next step in their careers. The worry is that these players are not transferring their experience to the adult game and senior international level.